Now, for an introduction, I'm going to talk about Michelangelo's most celebrated and awe-inspiring work, the Sistine Chapel ceiling. Commissioned by Pope Julius II, Michelangelo spent 4 grueling years creating this extraordinary fresco covering over 5,000 square feet. The ceiling is adorned with the captivating scenes from the Book of Genesis, including the iconic creation of Adam, which this is the introduction to. Completed in 1512, the creation of Adam is a scene depicting the biblical moment when God breathed life into Adam, the first man. Michelangelo's remarkable skill in capturing the human form is evident in this masterpiece. The muscles, sinews, and contours of the body are rendered with exceptional detail and realism. Each figure exudes a sense of strength and beauty that is characteristic of Michelangelo's style. And beyond its technical brilliance, the creation of Adam holds profound symbolism. The compositions of the painting is both grand and intimate. At the center, we see the outstretched arm of God, filled with divine power and grace, reaching towards Adam, who lies reclined on earth. The hands of God and Adam are almost touching, with a gap that seems to hold the anticipation of their connection, only able to be filled by Adam stretching out his hand, depicting that God is always there for us, but all what we have to do is looking for Him. And to go into detail to what we already established, we have to start from the beginning of all beginnings, God. God is depicted inside a hazy floating shape consisting of clothing and other beings. The shape is supported by angels that don't have wings, but are nevertheless able to fly, as evidenced by the billowing fabric that emerges from behind them. God is portrayed as an old, strong guy with grey hair and a big beard that moves forward in response to flight. This is very different from the imperial representation of God that had been previously made in the West dating back to late antiquity. God isn't portrayed as an all-powerful monarch while wearing regal garb. Instead, he just covers most of his arms and legs with a thin tunic. This is a more intimate portrait of God, showing them in a state that isn't untouchable nor remote from man, but one which is accessible to him. And on the other hand, there lies Adam. Adam is portrayed as a longing figure who rather sluggishly responds to God's impotent touch, in contrast to the figure of God who is outstretched and elevated. Adam will not only be given life by this touch, but also all of humanity. But there he lies. Consequently, it marked the beginning of the human race. Adam's body has a concave shape that is the reminiscent of God's body, which is positioned inside of a nebulous floating form and is in a convex position. That is, it appears to reflect the idea that man has been created in the image and likeness of God, an idea which Michelangelo had to be familiar with. This correspondence of one form to the other seems to underscore the larger idea of man corresponding to God. The identification of the figures next to God is one of the issues that have been brought up in relation to this scenario. The female figure is likely a significant one, given her privileged position under God's arm. She is typically believed to be Eve, Adam's wife. This interpretation is backed up by the placement of God's fingers on the infant, which are the same fingers that the priest would use to raise the Eucharist. This work would represent the theological concept that the Eucharist is the body of Christ according to the Catholic doctrine. The creation of Adam would be inextricably related to the coming of Christ, who will come to make up for Adam's transgression by bringing about man's reconciliation with God. Another dive into this outstanding creation. Many people have examined Michelangelo's compositions in greater detail and discovered potential hints for other hidden meanings. It reveals an astounding level of accuracy, revealing Michelangelo's profound understanding of human anatomy and his desire to infuse it into his art. Another compelling argument put forth by M.D. Franklin Mishberger is that the shape of the drapery and angels surrounding God resembled that of a human brain. Sulky in the inner and outer brain, the brain stem, basilar artery, pituitary gland, and optic chiasm are all noted. The creation of Adam represents the belief that the humans are created in the image of God like already established, with the ability to reason, create, and connect with the divine. It captured the essence of the Renaissance humanist philosophy that emphasized the importance of human potential and the pursuit of knowledge.